And what are we?
Family.
Oh my God.
Gabrielle, fantastic job on this film. I absolutely loved it. Riff Raff is a star-studded cast. It's a brilliant genre mashup, being a dark comedy, a crime story, and a family drama. And your character, Sandy, really grounds the film for me. What drew you to the role of Sandy in Riff Raff, and what stood out about her when you first read the script?
Well, the first thing that stood out is the cast, right? And at that point, only Jennifer and Ed had signed on. So I was like the third person to sign on, and that alone was enough. And then they just kept adding heavyweight after heavyweight after heavyweight. But for Sandy, for me, she was one of those women where she had her dream and then, reality. It's like life is what happens when you're busy making plans and you find the joy in it. You're fine. It's fine. Is it exactly what you want? No, but that's like life, right? And she made choices based on the available information, which is kind of like all of us. And I just found her so relatable that, like, whether it's you meet someone or you read something, you hear something that just shifts everything. It shifts your worldview. It shifts everything. And now you can't go back. And what that would be like to play that was very intriguing to me.
Amazing. Now, Sandy is Vince's second wife, and the film hints at a complicated family dynamic. How would you describe her relationship with Vince, played by Ed Harris, and DJ, played by Miles J. Harvey, and the rest of the family?
As a second wife myself in real life, you're up against, history. You're up against who your spouse was before. Right. And they might not have been, like Ed's character wasn't the best father or husband or, provider. And who he is for Sandy and DJ is someone completely different. But everyone has a right to their feelings about what actually happened, about their reality. And when those two realities slam together, it's explosive. Right? It's kind of like what happens when familial resentment builds and builds and builds and builds. And how do you peel back the layers to get to some kind of common ground? Or does that even exist? And who deserves what? And all of that made this so interesting to explore and play and kind of dissect as we were filming.
Something else that I thought was interesting and fun. I love the dynamic between your character and Jennifer Coolidge's character. I love seeing them kind of battle on screen together. Could you talk about working with her in those scenes and kind of building that chemistry with her? Yeah, no,
Jennifer obviously is she is comedic gold. And I just was so excited to work with her. So not knowing how anyone's, process is, and she's a great ad-libber. And for me, it was hard to stay in Sandy mode. You know what I mean? Because my ad-libs are the things I would say in that situation. And they're like, okay, that was funny, but that's not really Sandy. So trying to, find Sandy's version of funny versus Gab's version of funny in that situation, because it's not unlike reality where, people are going to try you and, they're going to try to be slick with you. And I go for the jugular every time, like me personally. So trying to find ways of holding back a little bit and being a little bit more cerebral with her disses, a little bit more calm with her disses, was a challenge for me, honestly, because Jennifer gets to be, go all in the toolbox. And I'm like, and I got a wrench. Okay, let me figure out how to be, impactful with, just one tool. So it was a challenge, but I think it worked out for the best, how it played, because it still allowed Sandy to have a little bit of dignity, but a little bit of zing as well.
Well, look, the biggest thing I'm going to take away from this interview is do not cross Gabrielle Union, because you will get roasted. But look, fantastic job on this film. I loved it. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, same. Thank you. Can I get you anything?
I'd sell my left tit for an Advil and a cup of coffee.
You said what?